Has it got anything to do with your name, Ai Nee?
I
I
look,
mean, as a man, I have to admit that sometimes we just walk away and just focus.
I look for a coach.
What? You don't look
I
for a
look for a
coach?
coach.
Are you
Uh,
are you referring to those coach bag or the bus coach or a real person coach? Hi everyone, this is GK. Welcome to GK's Golden Knowledge Show on business and finance. In this episode, we have with us a wonderful coach, and her name is Ai Nee. Ai Nee, welcome to the show.
Thank you, GK, for having me this afternoon. Hi, everybody.
Ai Nee, can you share with us what do you do?
Well, I am a performance coach.
Mm-hmm.
Doing this for the last 10 years, I help people overcome their challenges or when they want to overcome a crazy goal, then they look for
Mm-hmm.
me.
Okay. So when you say performance coach, is it more business work related or it's related to personal aspects also?
Performance can be in all areas of their life, of a
Mm-hmm.
person's life. It could be in their work, their career, and it also can be in their personal life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they just need a little bit help in their relationship, or
Okay.
even if their health, their wealth, yeah, it could be in any area of their personal life.
All right. Awesome. So what got you into this business?
Mm. My husband used to say that, I almost have like the Aunt Agony, like maybe, tattoo onto my forehead.
Okay.
I realized that a lot of friends like to come to me and talk to me about their challenges, the problems
Mm.
they face. And then,
Okay.
of course, being a friend, we lend the
Mm.
support, we listen to them. After a
Okay.
while, I realized that, what can I do beyond listening? Beyond just, the shoulder to cry on, beyond to lend them a listening ear. What else can I do to support them? So that's how
Mm-hmm.
I started to look into life coaching.
I see. So prior to that, do you have any, formal training, formal, lesson that you go through to be able to guide or help people in this manner?
So I'm about to reveal to you a trade secret, GK.
Okay.
Actually, anybody can call themselves a coach. You don't
Mm.
need to go through any training to call yourself a coach, because
Mm-mm.
obviously all of us have life experiences, right? Be it in
Mm-mm.
our life or in our work.
Okay.
However, I myself, I've gone through hours of training in NLP, and I also got through the training with ICF, International Coach Federation. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe that, to me, not just training to itself to get any certification, because I believe
Mm.
that that's you can't say you learn one method and you know it all, right? That's so
Yeah,
much that we
definitely.
can learn. Yeah,
Yes.
improve ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned that you have a few certifications like
Mm,
ICF and what was
mm.
the other one that you mentioned?
The other one is a coactive. I'm also a coactive, a certified coach.
Mm-hmm.
Coactive actually is the school of coaching, that the thoughts is we really coach the person as well, and the whole being of the person. It's not just, oh, you come to us with this particular issue and then we just try to
Mm.
help you move forward this issue. We really go into even the body, the sensing of the body and everything.
Wow. And how long does it take for you to complete this course? Because it feels like it's very, very, very deep.
Yes. Okay, for ICF to get the very first level ACC, it probably takes you certain hours. I can't remember. I done it a couple of years ago. Probably a couple of 100 hours of training that you need to kind of attend, and
Mhm.
then 100 hours of practical that you need to
Mhm.
have with a client, with a couple of clients that you need to have. And
Okay.
for coactive, it's a very intensive and rigorous training. There
Mm.
were 6 modules that we have to go through training. And
Wow.
then certification itself is another 9 months, almost 6 months, 9 months of working with a master coach,
Mm.
in almost like a group, a small group of us, going through a very structured process. And then we also need to work with a mentor coach. Yeah, I know
Okay.
that this mentor coach will kind of come on to my sessions and kind of guide me, and yeah, guide me along with my session with my client. So it's
Mm. Mm.
pretty intensive.
I see. And just now you mentioned that people come to you because you're like Aunt Agony, right? Has it got anything to do with your name, Ai Nee?
I don't know. Maybe, right? Yeah. After all, I means love, right? Maybe I always, project that, that compassion or empathy. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I think you have a very approachable persona, and people will be very comfortable to come to you and talk to you.
Thank you.
So typically, who do you work with? The type of clients that you are serving or helping.
Right. Professionals, typically people in their 30s, when they start to hit a certain stage in their career. Also people in their 30s also might be the group of people that also start to have family. So now try to still build a career at the same time, try to build a family is having some difficulty balancing both. So typically these are the people who come to me. Yeah. Professionals in their 30s and or 40s as well.
And I believe when it comes to juggling between work or career versus family, it's usually the women who gets the worst of it, right? I mean, as a man, I have to admit that sometimes we just walk away and just focus on doing our own things, whereas the mothers are always the one who has to deal with the kids and all that. So can I say that your clients are majority ladies?
In fact, over the years, especially the last couple of years, I see more and more male client because
Okay.
COVID, right? It's so okay to talk about we are not coping, right? So it's no longer the privilege of like you talk about this gender role. Is no longer the privilege of the ladies to say, oh no, I'm not coping, I'm stressed, and men is like, okay, no, just say you're okay, man up. Yeah, so because of COVID, I see more and more men step out and says, hey, I'm not coping. I really need some kind of support, some kind of help. So I do see more men reaching out. The help seeking behavior is getting more and more it's getting better. Of course, you brought up the very good issue about women almost like always have to be the one take a step back in their career if they are juggling career and family. Yeah, but I do see the trend of more men step out as well, right?
Okay.
Help with raising a family as well. Yeah.
All right. I guess the younger generation of men are less prone to show that strong front and allow themselves to be seen as vulnerable.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
Okay.
because GK, I always says if I take a knife and cut you and me, what flows out is still red.
Yes, that's right. Okay, interesting. So having been in this coaching business for 10 years, right? What ways have you found to be most effective in promoting your business?
Referral. Still word of mouth. A lot
Okay.
of my client actually comes through friends introducing them to me. In fact, I almost never do any form of advertisement or marketing. So it's really to word of mouth.
I see. All right. So what separates you and your company from your competitors?
For myself, I'm very comfortable if my clients start to break down and cry in front of me, right?
Okay.
They might come to me and says, they need help in their career. So it may start off like, oh, is it like a career coaching? But I always say is right, a lot of time, what the client bring to the table or they present are almost just the surface. But if we go a little bit deeper, it is a lot of time is what happening inside. And I'm always very comfortable if my client cry in front of me or they tell me that they are really not coping emotionally. Yeah, I'm very comfortable to hold their hands and walk with them.
I see. Well, could it be because you have been doing this for 10 years and you're like kind of numb after seeing people cry for so many times?
Well, I won't say it's sad, but it's really it just feels sense of feeling for that person, right? Yeah, it just that I suppose I have some coaches friend who feel that they just want to be very focused in, or if you come to me, you talk about career, let's just focus on that. It's not, it's some people find it a little bit challenging to manage the emotion part of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was meant to be a joke. But now that you mentioned about, your clients crying in front of you, right? Do you feel, energetically very drained after all these coaching sessions with them?
No, in fact, every time I coach someone, I feel very energized because it's
Wow.
really something that I enjoy doing. And I
Mhm.
never take on, my client issues, right? Because I really need to maintain neutral. Yeah, if I take on their issues, then it's very hard to be neutral anymore. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
why, that's the difference between empathy and sympathy. Right. I empathize with what they're going through, but I don't, when you sympathize with someone, sometimes we may take on their emotions. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a very interesting distinction between empathy and sympathy.
Sympathy, yes. Yes.
Um, Thanks for that distinction. So next time I will know how to, guard my own energy when I meet up with people who are very vulnerable and start to cry.
Yes, you need to.
Okay. So, when you are faced with setbacks in your business, how do you usually overcome those setbacks?
I look for a coach.
What? You don't look
I
for a
look for a
coach?
coach.
Are you are you,
Uh,
are you referring to those coach back or the bus coach or a real person coach?
a coach, right?
Okay.
I mean that's what happened to us, right? Sometimes
Mm,
we things happen, we are
mm,
kind of in our wall, and
mm.
it really takes it's really helpful for another person to come in and tell you, hey, there's another perspective, right? Because we
Okay.
are also clouded by our own emotions. It's really
Mm,
very, very hard to, look at things from a different perspective. Whereas a coach can help you to kind of, okay, there's a different perspective to things. Yeah,
mm,
and also sometimes, when I'm feeling down, of course, your loved ones, your friends, they cheer us on, but
mm.
sometimes they also say things out of love, but not really out of how to really help us move on. Yeah, so I look for coach.
Okay. Oh, so interesting. So do you usually look for the same coach or you just randomly look for anyone that you can grab hold of?
Okay. So for me as well, right? I'm always curious about how other coaches as well
Ah,
the sessions. But of course, a lot of time is still I feel that for me, I will still depends on referrals, word of mouth. And of course, I will ask my friends who might they recommend and things like that.
okay. That's very interesting. This is the first time I hear a coach looking for another coach.
Yes. I'm also human, right?
That's very true. That's very true. Something
Mm,
that we have not thought of before. Yeah.
yes.
So Aini, what do you see as the coming trends in your business?
Everybody is talking about AI, right? So some coaches will say, "Oh man, is AI is going to replace a coach one day?" I don't know. Maybe I don't know how technology can advance so fast that
Mm,
maybe really one day, AI can replace a person as a coach. But I feel that at the end of the day, of course, at a very I wouldn't say superficial, at a certain level, probably an
okay.
AI can respond to certain things that a person might be sharing during a coaching session. But at the end
Mm,
of the
mm.
day, it's still the feeling, right?
Yeah,
Connecting
that's
with
why.
the person, the connecting with the person and really kind of sense what the person is going through. Yeah,
Mm,
so that we can support the person. Yeah. But of course, AI is all the buzz now.
yeah. I'm just very curious because that's how you mentioned about empathy and all that, right?
Mm.
Do you think AI will be able to have that type of capability to empathize with people?
Really no, GK. It kind of frightened me if one day a kind of a computer
Mm,
can behave, but they're people are talking that we are actually going towards that direction, right?
mm,
Of course, AI, what they can do is if the coach is saying something, and then
mm.
from what the words that are being used, AI can actually kind of have a response, generate a
Yeah.
response, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
right.
But to go beyond that, I don't know. I don't know what kind of information they need to feed the
Mm, mm.
computer to be able to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, this is something that we will not know for sure, you
Yeah.
know, but it's definitely the buzzword of the
Yes, for sure as
world
well.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So in view of these trends, right, or can I say as a threat, what
Mm.
are you doing to serve your clients better, or what are you doing to, hold on to your clients?
I think it's just still me
Mm,
showing up for my client 100%, right? I think the human connection is still the thing that connect you and me together. So I feel that for me it's still showing up 100% authentically
mhm.
for my client. And of course, keep learning because I enjoy learning as well. So, really, really keep ourselves updated and learned. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I agree. I've known you for almost more than a year, and I
Mm.
always feel that you are a very authentic person. And whenever I speak to you, I feel absolutely comfortable, even though it's not a coaching session with you.
Thank you, GK. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So, Aini, what vision do you have for yourself? Do you have a team, by the way?
Sorry, oh no, I don't have a team.
Mm.
It's still me and myself.
Okay.
Um, well, that's a very good question. I, I don't know. I mean, the pinnacle of a coach, I suppose it could be somebody like Tony Robbins, right?
Mhm.
Um, for me, it's just really helping one person at a time. And I believe that that is what I can do. Yeah, from where I am right now. Yeah,
By the way, what is the name of your company?
integral space.
Integral Space. All right.
Yes.
So how did this name of your company come about?
Well, because I feel that sometimes we are just a bit overwhelmed by things, and then we just need to come back to our authentic self. So what I
Mhm.
do is I provide a safe space for my client to come back and to integrate back to their authentic self. Yeah. So that's why
Awesome.
the name is Integral Space. Even though some
Mhm.
people, when they first heard of my company's name, so they say, "Oh, are you a ID? Are you an interior
Okay.
designer?"
Okay,
Because
I
of the
didn't.
word space, yeah.
So what advice would you give to someone just starting out in your business?
Keep going. You just have to keep pushing and keep going and
Mm,
really believe in whatever you do, help someone, because coaching is really a helping profession, but it's also can be, I always say, we are almost like the artists as well, right? We have this term struggling artist.
mhm.
Um, it's always is tough for coaches, I feel, when we first start. So I just say, just keep going, just keep going.
Okay. And how would you advise them to find their first few clients? Because for you, you have been in the business long enough and you get referrals from the existing
Mm,
clients. So for
mm.
someone just starting out, how do they get their first few, clients? Should they be like going around and ask, oh, do you need coaching? Do you need coaching? Do you have a problem?
No, go out there. Tell the whole world what you're doing. Rather than keep it to yourself, just tell the whole
Mhm,
world that, and I always believe that ask and you shall receive. I think a lot of us are just too shy to talk about what we
mhm,
do. Just go out there and just share what you're doing. And sometimes, and if yeah, I always say that, pro bono, you can do it to a certain extent, but please don't
mhm,
do free coaching forever, because we all still need to pay bills and put food on the table. Just go out there and talk about what you do. Yeah.
mhm. Okay. Yeah, actually you mentioned about pro bono. Maybe there's also some of the ways that the newbies can start out in this business, because that is kind of exactly how you got started also, right? You kind of also acted as an anti-agony for your friends doing it pro bono,
Yes.
and then subsequently you
Yes.
got into the business.
Yes. And I still do some pro bono work.
Mhm.
Recently, I offered my service to an organization in France. This organization actually the support ladies who are
Mm.
migrants who are currently in
Okay.
France, and they a lot of them are actually have degrees, and they are graduates. It's just that they are migrants, and some of them are actually what do you call that? Their countries are war torn, and then
Okay.
France opened their door, right, to all these
Mhm.
immigrants. So this
Mhm.
particular organization, they actually support women, this group of women, and they were looking for coaches to help them, come back to the workforce to prepare themselves. So I offered my service to them as well, to this organization in France, and I also also do another one with Canada, similar situation, supporting young women who are struggling. They are from low income. struggling to get a job, but they need coaching, but obviously they can't afford it. So yeah,
Oh,
so I do this too. Yeah.
what a big heart you have.
Ah.
And since you mentioned about, people in France and Canada, do you have any paying clients who are from other countries other than Singapore?
Well, I have somebody actually recommend a client to me in America. Interestingly, she is Chinese. She studied and she now settled down, married and everything in America. But when it comes to the matter of the heart, she still prefer to speak in Mandarin. So
Okay.
she was looking for a Mandarin speaking coach, and her friend actually refer her to me. And also I have coached someone in China as well, two client in China, and really try very hard, but I can coach in Mandarin, yes.
So how can someone who is interested to get in touch with you, right, for your coaching service, contact you?
Well, they can first look me up in LinkedIn. It's just my name, Ang Ai Nee. They can look me up in LinkedIn, and all
Okay.
my informations are there. My website is there, so they can actually check me out from there, and they can DM me. Yeah.
So Ai Nee, it was wonderful having this conversation with you, learning about your story and how you got started and how you have been doing this for the past 10 years. So I wish you all the very best in your business and hope that you'll be able to bless a lot more people in this world.
Thank you, GK, for having me on this wonderful platform. Happy to share anytime.
You're most welcome. See you.
Thank you.